Welcome to Wellness Wise. Today, we're diving into the sweet but dangerous world of sugar. It's everywhere, lurking in our pantries, tempting us from grocery store shelves, and even hiding in foods we think are healthy. We're going to expose sugar for what it really is, a health hazard masquerading as a tasty treat. Stick around to find out how a 10-day sugar detox could be the secret to saving your life. Let's face it, folks, we Americans have a bit of a sweet tooth. In fact, we have a supersized sweet tooth. Did you know that the average American consumes a whopping 152 pounds of sugar every year? That's right, 152 pounds. And as if that wasn't enough, we're also downing an additional 133 pounds of flour, which our bodies essentially process as sugar. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal about a little sugar? Well, my friends, this isn't about a sprinkle here and there. This is about an avalanche of sugar that's burying our health in a mountain of problems. This excessive sugar consumption is a major culprit behind the obesity epidemic plaguing our nation. It's not just about fitting into our genes. It's about the chronic diseases that this excess sugar fuels. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, even certain cancers. We've become a nation hooked on sugar, and it's time we break free from this addiction for the sake of our health. We often focus on the physical effects of excessive sugar, like weight gain and diabetes. But what many people don't realize is that sugar wages war on your mind as well. Think of your brain as a high-performance engine. It needs the right fuel to function optimally. And sugar? Well, sugar is like pouring sludge into that engine. High sugar intake is linked to a whole host of mental health issues, including cognitive decline, making it harder to think clearly and remember things. It also messes with your mood, increasing your risk of depression. And if that wasn't scary enough, studies have shown a strong connection between sugar consumption and Alzheimer's disease, a devastating illness that robs people of their memories and cognitive abilities. So that sweet treat you enjoy might be compromising your brain power in the long run. It's time to start thinking of sugar not just as a dietary villain, but also as a mental health saboteur. One of the sneakiest things about sugar is its incredible talent for disguise. It's like a master of camouflage, hiding in plain sight within our food supply. You see, sugar goes by many names, over 60 in fact. High fructose corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, sucrose. These are just a few aliases this sweet saboteur uses to sneak into our shopping carts. And it's not just lurking in obvious culprits like candy and soda. Oh no, sugar is far more insidious than that. It's hiding in processed foods, sauces, salad dressings, yogurt, even bread. These hidden sugars add up, and before you know it, you've consumed more sugar than you would ever imagine. The food industry knows exactly what it's doing, using these deceptive tactics to keep us hooked on their products. But knowledge is power. By learning to identify hidden sugars, we can make informed choices and break free from this cycle of sugar overload. Now, let's talk about a term you've probably heard but might not fully understand: insulin resistance. This, my friends, is where the real danger of sugar lies. Insulin is like a key that unlocks the doors of your cells, allowing glucose or sugar to enter and provide energy. When you consume too much sugar, your cells get overloaded, like a bouncer at a club saying, "Enough already." They become resistant to insulin, making it harder for glucose to get in. Now your pancreas, working like a tireless factory, tries to compensate by producing more and more insulin. This leads to a dangerous buildup of both glucose and insulin in your bloodstream. And this, my friends, is a recipe for disaster. High insulin levels are a driving force behind weight gain, particularly belly fat. But it goes far beyond aesthetics. Insulin resistance is a major culprit in the development of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, even certain cancers. It's like slowly poisoning your body from the inside out. This isn't just about individual responsibility. It's about creating a food environment that supports healthy choices. We need to fight for policy changes that prioritize public health over corporate profits. That's why I've dedicated myself to advocating for policy changes through initiatives like the Food Fix campaign and the Other White Powder campaign. These campaigns aim to expose the sugar industry's deceptive tactics, and push for regulations that limit sugar consumption. Just like we've seen with tobacco, we need to educate the public about the dangers of sugar and hold the food industry accountable for peddling this addictive substance. But it's not just about top-down change. It's about empowering individuals with knowledge. We need to educate people on how to read food labels, identify hidden sugars, and make healthier choices for themselves and their families. Together, we can create a world where healthy, nourishing food is accessible to all, and where sugar's grip on our health is finally broken. Let's delve deeper into the havoc sugar wreaks on your body. As we discussed earlier, insulin resistance is a major player in this health horror story. But it's not the only consequence. This resistance is like setting the stage for a cascade of health problems. When your cells become resistant to insulin, your pancreas goes into overdrive, pumping out more and more insulin in a desperate attempt to lower your blood sugar. This chronic overproduction of insulin can damage blood vessels, increasing your risk of heart disease and stroke. It also contributes to high blood pressure, another silent killer that strains your heart and arteries. And if that wasn't bad enough, high insulin levels can also lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a condition where fat builds up in your liver, impairing its function. Think of insulin resistance as the first domino in a long line of falling health problems. Once that first domino falls, it sets off a chain reaction, leading to a cascade of chronic diseases. We've already discussed the link between insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, but it doesn't stop there. This metabolic mayhem increases your risk of developing metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions including high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and excess belly fat, all major risk factors for heart disease. And speaking of heart disease, insulin resistance also contributes to inflammation in your blood vessels, further increasing your chances of heart attacks and strokes. But it's not just your cardiovascular system that suffers. Insulin resistance also plays a role in the development of certain types of cancer, including breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer. It's like a ticking time bomb inside your body, increasing your susceptibility to a wide range of serious health issues. One of the most challenging aspects of reducing sugar intake is its ubiquitous presence in our food supply. Sugar is incredibly sneaky, hiding in plain sight in countless processed foods and drinks. You might be surprised to learn that even seemingly healthy options like yogurt, granola bars, and salad dressings can be loaded with hidden sugars. Food manufacturers often use deceptive labeling practices, using different names for sugar to disguise its true quantity. They know that if consumers were fully aware of how much sugar they were consuming, they might think twice before purchasing their products. This is why it's crucial to become a savvy label reader. Don't be fooled by terms like evaporated cane juice, brown rice syrup, or agave nectar. These are all just fancy names for sugar. Sadly, the detrimental effects of excessive sugar consumption aren't limited to the United States. The globalization of the Western diet, laden with sugar and processed foods, has spread this health crisis worldwide. Countries that previously had low rates of diabetes and other sugar-related diseases are now experiencing a surge in these conditions. This global sugar epidemic is overwhelming healthcare systems and placing a significant economic burden on nations. Diabetes in particular is a costly disease to manage, requiring ongoing medication, monitoring, and often leading to debilitating complications. The World Health Organization has called for urgent action to address this growing crisis, urging nations to implement policies that promote healthy diets and reduce sugar consumption. We need a global effort to combat this global health threat. The good news is that we have the power to fight back against the sugar industry and reclaim our health. Knowledge is our greatest weapon. By educating ourselves and our children about the dangers of sugar and the deceptive tactics of the food industry, we can make informed choices that protect our well-being. We can start by reading food labels carefully, avoiding processed foods as much as possible, and cooking meals at home using fresh, whole ingredients. Teaching our children about healthy eating habits from a young age can help them make healthier choices throughout their lives. Remember, it's never too late to make a change. By reducing our sugar intake, we can improve our health, boost our energy levels, and reduce our risk of developing chronic diseases. Thanks for watching Wellness Wise. Remember, cutting down on sugar isn't just about losing weight. It's about gaining health. It's about protecting your heart, your brain, and your overall well-being. It's about feeling your best and living a longer, healthier life. So, take charge of your health today. Ditch the sugar and embrace a lifestyle that nourishes your body and mind. Thanks for watching Wellness Wise. Remember, cutting down on sugar isn't just about losing weight. It's about gaining health. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more health tips. Stay sweet, but not too sweet.